All right, guys, welcome in to Crypto Info, a blockchain made easy with y'all host, Frank the Crypto Tank. Welcome into this episode. By the way, happy birthday to my wife. I love you so much. Happy birthday. On this, your birthday. Happy birthday, beautiful. The best thing that has ever come my way in any life. I love you so much. Bitcoin makes all boats rise. We know it does. We know it's doing it now. Excuse me. Let's go ahead and take a peek at the cryptocurrency markets. What is happening? Well, we're up to 3.68 trill, 67 for fear and greed. We said we like to zoom out and not focus on everyday sideways price action because it gets demoralizing or demoralizing? No, that's not the word. It gets discouraging, and folks get depressed and they say, "Oh, I don't like crypto." Blah blah blah. We need to zoom out and then wait for a day like yesterday and today when we're pumping fear and greed. When that dips into 67, the greed, we know we're rocking. We're 30. We're a 30 out of 100 for altcoin season, according to CoinMarketCap. Bitcoin is at 117,612. It did pop an all-time high of 118, what? 118,856, according to CoinMarketCap. Close enough for everybody's purposes. Bitcoin, impressive stuff. Cryptocurrency market, impressive stuff. Ethereum knocking at the door of 3,000 and was recently there not too long ago. XRP up 21% on the week, up 11% on the day. Hey, regular stock traders, how you doing? This is why we do the crypto. We love this endorphin rush. We will not see the stock market make moves like this, the regular stock market. It's a steady Eddie. It's a different animal. It's fine. It's a different animal. It does not suffer from the thin liquidity, the way we're seeing here with crypto, where it's so volatile and so few players are in, or so few batting averages are averaged in, that once another batting average gets averaged in, it dramatically affects the batting average either up or down, right? Same thing with this. Thin liquidity, not so many players in the game so early on. Any movement will make this stuff go up and down quite a bit. Notice how we're not cussing anymore on the channel because that is not appropriate and nobody likes it. And, we're not sitting in mom's basement with the baseball cap on backwards swearing. That's not who we are on the channel. So, yes, we want to be emphatic and make points, but we don't need to cuss to do it. And we do apologize for the swearing that we have done on the channel. We are not into that anymore. We don't do that. It's offensive and not appreciated. We're kinder than that. We apologize. Anyway, look at Cardano, please, up 29% on the week. Oh, gracious. Look at this, up 19.24% on the day is Cardano. Anybody care about Cardano? I do. Never financial advice in the channel. I am not a financial advisor. This is not for financial advice. This is for entertainment and educational and entertainment and sometimes inspirational purposes. And that's it. I could never tell you what to do with your money. It's your money. That would be ridiculous. Please tap the Caleb link down below as well if you'd like to learn about the proper on and off ramp solution for crypto. In my opinion, I am not a financial advisor. Would you look at Shiba Shiba Inu up 17% almost on the week and 8% on the day. We've got some Shiba lovers in our comment section on the channel. Hedera Hashgraph, oh my gosh, 16% up on the day and 32 almost and 32% up on the week. Oh, I'm going to check some others and see where they fare in this fanfare of crypto. I couldn't think of another word that would rhyme with explosion. VeChain 17.63% up on the month, on the week, 10% up on the day. I am not a financial advisor. These are all the projects that we are into, and we have full transparency. We never tell you to buy anything. We did tell you that these are the projects that we're going to go. They're all going, but there are some that are going higher if you look at the weekly. For instance, Algorand is up. Am I even sharing my screen? Hold on. I think I probably should. Yeah, I am. Okay, good. Sorry, guys. New at this. Yeah, look at Algorand. Up 30% on the week, 17% on the day. These are, oh boy, these are the coins. Sorry, guys. I'm a mess. I'm a klutz. Guys, I need to shine a light when I can on my credibility points. The ones the coins I bring up that I'm telling you that we are into and that are going to go. But look at Athena. Wow. Onto Finance up 18% on the week and almost 10% on the day. VeChain up 17% on the week and 11% almost on the day. Algorand up almost 30% on the week and 17% on the day. Cosmos, don't talk about a lot, but hold that. 15 for a long time, 15% on the week and 8% on the day. We're going to run through some more full transparency that we've told you we hold on the channel. We're going to show you where they are. XDC Network up 20.69% on the week and a couple percent on the day. We're not doing told you so. We're doing shine the light on where we have been correct all this time. Sandbox up 20% on the week. Yet another. IOTA, yet another one, 20%. On the week for IOTA, MIOTA, 9%, almost 10% on the day. Anyway, cryptocurrency market really pumping. Yeah, down just a hair since last time we pulled it up. Guys, please check Caleb and Brown out. This is for crypto brokerage. You get your own crypto broker. There's no limit for fees. For onboarding to start an account, there's no limit. There's no minimum. I'm sorry, there's no minimum. That's what I'm trying to say. To get on board with an account with Caleb, they have Fireblocks institutional grade custody that they use to protect your funds. They're available 24/7. They do not commingle funds. Your funds are kept 1-to-1 backed, and that is available for you to see all the time, 24/7, to prove that that's so. Caleb is incredible. You can set buy and sell orders for yourself with an email, or you can go onto the site and do that yourself. And you can pull off, if you want, $1 million, $2 million, $3 million a day, as long as your bank will permit it, and you've got that all set up. This is all never financial advice. This is education. This is education for you, information and education for you to verify yourself. Hop onto our Caleb link below and check all that out, please. Getting back to it. One more. Well, at least another happy birthday wish to my wife. I love you. Happy birthday. Bitcoin makes all boats rise now, doesn't it? We just saw the proof of it. And to further prove the point, let's quickly jump onto Bitcoin and the past. So let's jump onto Bitcoin and take a look at its all-time chart. And take a look at how back here, if you look at the top of the box, you'll see the date. So you will see how here in 2013, Bitcoin was at 88 cents in 2011. Oh boy, in 2011, 88 cents. Bitcoin. 2010, it was at 6 cents. Now, this is about the time this is the time in 2010. I have a friend, and you know who you are, Mark, that I was working for a sales company, a construction company on the road, and I was in, where was I? I was in Tennessee. I believe I was in Tennessee. Was it Tennessee or Georgia? I think it was Tennessee. Yeah, it was Tennessee, 2010. And we were living in an apartment together, and the company had paid for, living on the road, doing sales. He told me about Bitcoin. He was a video game guy, and he's like, he used to build his own computers and things, doing the video game thing. You know, the see-through clear towers that you do the video game thing with the fans running and all the cool neon lights and things. And I was like, Bitcoin, what do you mean? He's, oh, we use it to pay for these things in our game and everything. And you should get some. It's like real money. It's going to be something someday. I'm like, nah, come on. He's like, no, it really is. It's going to be something someday. It's like people are, it's got like something, community like behind it, like backing behind it. People in this gaming community is like, they love this Bitcoin and they use it like for money and stuff. It's like the private people's money. It's going to be something someday. It's not expensive or whatever. Yeah, it was 6 cents. He told me about it in 2010. When this stuff took off, I remembered this. I was like, now, wait a minute. Let me go back on the chart and see what it was. 6 cents. I could have gotten, even if I just say, hey, can I buy $50 of this stuff? He was like, yeah. And he did. He said, you don't have to spend a lot. I literally would have spent $50 for a 6 cent Bitcoin. Woulda, shoulda, coulda. I would have had 833 Bitcoin times 118,000. I would be sitting with $983 million right now if I spent $50 on the Bitcoin. Hey, Mark, what's up, dude? That you told me to get, and you remember this conversation. And by the way, no offense, I'm not going to mention his name, and I'm not making fun either because I love this guy's the best ever. I love you, Mark. You're the best. I asked Mark recently once crypto was, 5 years ago, once I started getting into it, it started going up, and I was like, hey, Mark, I'm already telling you about that crypto thing. Remember you told me about Bitcoin and everything? Hey, do you still have that stuff? And what'd you do? And he's like, oh, well, here's the thing, Frank. What had happened was back then, no, I don't have it anymore. He's like, shit. And I'm like, shit. Because back then for $50, 983 million Bitcoin. Yeah. Bitcoin at 6 cents. Yay, and it's 983 mil. It's almost a bill before tax. Oh, yeah, let me make sure my commas are correct here. Oh, they are 983 million. No, they're not. Hold on, I'm off. Wait, am I off? I can't see because, it's 98 million. My apologies. It's only 98 million, guys. Sorry. $98,333,333 for purchasing a 6 cent Bitcoin back here, guys, in 2010 when Bitcoin was 6 cents. Right here. Yeah, because it was the summer. It was the summer to fall when he told me. Because we got there early summer. Yeah, it was 6 cents. It was less. It was 7 cents. He told me it was probably 5 cents. Yeah, and it was less. Was it even launched then? Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was less because it was we just got there. It was spring to June to July right here. So 6, 5, 6, 7 cents for Bitcoin. 533 Bitcoin of $50 would have gotten, which would be $93 million right now, pre-tax. $93 million. Guys, please, trying to help you to see this is not financial advice. Let's wake up. Let's get ourselves waked up. Waked up. Let's wake up. All right. Oh, let's get back to full screen. Okay, let's get back to the episode of the topic to show you. Oh, crap, I never showed you. I always do this, guys. Sorry. Don't worry. We're having fun. It's part of the fun. Let's go back to Bitcoin now and go back to this all-time chart and look at 2017. Bull run. Went from, under a grand here, trading sideways here, to this run from May 2017 to December 2017, the end of the year, to 18 grand, and then took a dive. 18 grand. And then whoever was wise, it went to 18 grand. Whoever was a wise one said, I'm buying that stuff at its lowest, what I think is lowest, because it proved it's not going anywhere. And this stuff is just, my thesis is it's only going to go higher and whatever. I'm buying now. This seems to be about the bottom. Nobody can ever call the bottom. People bought that ton out of Bitcoin about 3,000-ish or so when it made a rise. And they were like, see, I was right. And it was like, nope, see, you were wrong. It all went down. They were like, no, I'm buying more. I know I'm right, even at these heights. And they did, and it went here in 2020, and I had purchased a lot of the channel purchased crypto here. We got into crypto here at these spots, loaded bags. Boom, here goes the bull run, dead cat bounce. So top, dead cat bounce. I know I don't like that either. Bounces back up to this for this double top, and then all this stuff, and then FTX and blah 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 blah. And then, buying more. Bitcoin's here at 20,000, whatever, because here's that height of the next bull run. Everything else went up here too. The point is if you look at this, look at the time with all boats rise, 2018, 2021, and now. Okay, let's go back to another coin. Ethereum. All-time chart. 2017, 2018, 2021, and now making a climb. Not a strong performance here and everything, I know, and not impressive. Charts don't lie. People don't want to bring it up with Ethereum. It is what it is. I mean, charts don't lie. You know, you can't hide that, Ethereum. Look at what everybody else in the crypto market has been doing. What I'm going to show you right now, and look at Ethereum's performance. We got some deadness here. These charts printing, these heights should be higher than these, and they're not. Ooh, not cool. Not cool, Ethereum. I'm not trying to be mean. You can't hide that. When you start knowing a little bit about charts and backing up, it's hard to hide that. It is what it is. Solana, too fresh for us to look at this example because we can't go back to 2017. Didn't exist then. Let's take like a Chainlink, one of the more OG cryptos. Go back to its all. Not quite old enough, but still, here's its jump. We need to be jumping higher. Didn't do it. So all boats have not risen to the height of, Bitcoin rising them right now, this bull run. We haven't seen it yet. That's what we're dealing with. Too young, too fresh. We need an older one. Yeah, that's what we're seeing. We can even choose a meme and it'll still be following it. See? But again, too fresh, right, of a coin, because you can see that in 2021 it follows, and then we have not followed because the money goes from Bitcoin, which is making its third jump from 2018, 2021, and now 2025, making its third kind of like bull market jump right now. Excuse me. What has to happen first is this money has to cycle out. See, it did its thing, 2018, 2021, and now. Drawing that line here, right? It's gone higher here than it was here. We're not seeing the others do that yet because they have not done that yet. They will. The money has to first see Bitcoin doing it. Then the money flows out of the Bitcoin. People start selling off the Bitcoin. Some days later, hours, days later, and for weeks, so it probably will continue for a while, this bull run, and they will go into these altcoins, the money, and then we will see the altcoins performing that same pattern. XRP, of course, being a little bit different of a performer. Crazy heights here back in 2017 and 2018 at the bull run. Jay Clayton slaps the lawsuit his last day out the door at the SEC on Ripple, thereby slamming down the price like you would slam down an awesome sports car to make those corners. And the price stayed here for a while. And then 2021 and so forth, we saw a rise. Then we saw sideways trading action. Triangles, wedge patterns. Boom! An explosion of XRP. Yeah? An explosion. Trump pump. Consolidation. Another pump. Consolidation. Another pump. Consolidation, sideways, another pump now. This is what we're experiencing. XRP now at $2.76. Because if we go back to its 7-day chart, we will see that XRP is at $2.22 back just on the 5th of July. We're now at $2.75. We made a 50-cent jump in 6 days. 50-cent jump in 6 days on XRP, and she ain't done. Welcome to crypto, regular market folk. Not saying that to be funny. I really mean that. Welcome to crypto. It's so fun. So fun. Oh, man, it's so fun. Let's get into today's episode right quick, skis. To understand why Bitcoin lifts all boats, why does that happen? Why do you suppose? Drop it down into the comment section below. Don't worry, I'm getting back to my full screen. I hear my version of Jamie, which is Luke. I hear him screaming now. It is nice to have a Jamie. Anybody who does this will tell you I could not do this by myself. You're the best, and I love you, and thank you for helping. Because I could not do this without my Luke. The 4-year Bitcoin cycle. To understand why Bitcoin lifts everything else, you have to understand this 4-year cycle of Bitcoin. That coincides with the 4-year presidential election cycle. That coincides with, generally speaking, the repurposing, the refinancing of our trillions of dollars in debt, to which we don't refinance all of it. It's just every 4 years we refinance this portion so it doesn't get out of control, a large portion of it. And as you can see, President Trump not too thrilled with Jerome Powell not lowering the interest rates, because that is what he needs to refinance at this key point in time, these trillions of dollars in debt, which if you're newcomers to finance, you don't realize that part of this picture. That part of the picture, that's what's going on. Okay, all happening on a 4-year cycle. Oh, I'm here to help those who have not been seeing this. This is an educational channel, and I'm here to open eyes. Most folks are like, okay, Frank, this is old news. I already know this. A lot of folks are new to finance and crypto, guys, and they do not understand this stuff. This is why we saw that Bitcoin cycle jump like that, and why all boats rise, because all of these things coincide with this 4-year cycle. The United States presidential election happens on this 4-year cycle. Bitcoin's halving happens at this cycle, where miners basically get paid half for the mining the Bitcoin. It's like half what they get paid. Something like that. It's a halving where what's put out and what's mined, what they see for payment is half of what they got before. That's not all that halving means, but they do kind of get paid half the price. And correct me if I'm wrong on that. Makes it not so attractive to be a Bitcoin miner after a little while here, just saying, because you get paid less and less as time goes on. And plus you got monster institutional players such as Fidelity, that had, as of 5 years ago, over 10% of the world's Bitcoin mining operations under their wing. Oh, yeah, hard to compete with that. Being in mom's basement with all these computers and trying to cool them down with some water and ice cubes and some fans running on them. I mean, come on, all right? You're not going to compete with this. That's the second thing, is the Bitcoin halving cycle. Repurposing, refinancing of the United States debt. So you got presidential election cycle. You've got, Bitcoin halving cycle, number 2. You've got refinancing of the trillions of dollars in U.S. debt. Number 4. What is number 4? There's like 5 of them that happen, that are crucial, key, huge world events that happen on this 4-year cycle. A crypto bull market. Yeah, I mean, that's just a result of all this. This is why we see a Bitcoin bull market. This is why, if you're wondering why everybody, besides just looking at the charts, everybody's like, see, Bitcoin bull market coming. No, I mean, crypto Bitcoin bull market coming. No way that can't happen. Look at what's going on. And it's right on time with this 4-year cycle of these. Did I name 4 of these? I named either 3 or 4 of these 4 things happening. They're going to come to me. There are more things that happen during this cycle. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank. Anyway, you got to breathe. Roughly every 4 years, the reward that miners receive for validating Bitcoin's blocks gets cut in half in my notes. Boom. So that is what it is, and it is what it is. Shit is it, shit is. I'm going to try. I tried to, what am I, Dr. Seuss? This started in 2012, then again in 2016, then again in 2020, and most recently in 2024. Why does this matter, guys? Because it cuts the rates at which new Bitcoin enters circulation. It reduces the supply, making Bitcoin more scarce. Not so hot for the miners. Haha, pun was not intended. I'm trying to be honest if it was or not. I didn't, maybe I subliminally intended it. Not so hot for Bitcoin miners. You know how they got to keep their machines cool? That was a horrible joke. Not so hot for Bitcoin miners because they get paid half. However, awesome. Somebody said in the comments one time, why whisper? Because sometimes I'm a feeling being, and sometimes I get emotional and I want to bring it down and whisper. Is that okay with you? Yeah. All right. Anyway, why does it matter? Because it cuts this rate. This is huge. It's basic economics. Scarcity equals increased demand. Increased demand equals higher price of said thing that people are willing to pay at that time, because the demand is higher because it's more scarce, because there's less of it around to get. It's like, geez, I want that, but I can't get it. It's the whole takeaway sale. All right. Limited supply, buy while supplies last. The old tactic. All right. It's the oldest time itself. Basic economics. When supply falls and demand holds steady or increases, prices go up. This is the beginning of every Bitcoin bull market. Somebody awesome once said, don't have to go to MIT to understand what that means. Increasing demand leads to rising prices. Each halving sets off a cycle. Prices consolidate and then begin to climb, like we're seeing now. Like, this is what's happening now. The hype builds. The media joins in. Institutions get interested in retail FOMO, or fear of missing out. FOMO, the acronym, returns. And by the way, difference between an acronym and folks, that's an abbreviation. Well, an abbreviation is something you can't pronounce. Abbreviation is like FCC. It's like, what are you going to say? That's an abbreviation. You can't really say it. When you can pronounce the abbreviation, that is what we're going to call an acronym. I'm not here to be a little wise guy. A lot of folks are not aware of this, and they call abbreviations acronyms, and they're not necessarily so. When we can pronounce it like FOMO, that's called an acronym. Anyway, fear of missing out is an acronym that states, hey, you know, I want to jump in because I missed it, and oh, I know the prices are high, and I'm never really going to receive my return probably on this, my returns, but I want to jump in anyway because I want to be part of the gang, and I miss this, and emotionally I miss this, and I'm not going to miss out, darn it. I want to buy Bitcoin at frickin' 300K. No. You buy Bitcoin at lower prices now. Unless you want to wait 20 years and wait for Bitcoin to go to 2-3 mil, which it will, you know. If it still exists in the world, if Satoshi doesn't pop his head out, hey, how you doing, guys? Yeah, it was all a farce. Bitcoin goes away. I don't think that's going to happen. Anyway, historically, this has led to parabolic price movements, of course, 12 to 18 months after each halving, which was, you know, some months ago. And when Bitcoin goes parabolic, the entire market follows, which is where we are now. A quick history of price cycles. Let me show you how this worked in the past, guys. Just like verbally, I just did it on the charts, but let me just lay it out for you verbally. In 2013, after the 2012 halving, people say halvening. I think it's just halving. Having what? Halving. Bitcoin went from $12 to over $1,100, a 100x move for all you reg market folks. That's just insane stuff. You know, Investments can't move that high unless they're tulips or whatever that was back in the day. Those fake, yeah. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, well, I'm not going to get into that. In 2017, after the 2016 halving, Bitcoin jumped from around 900K to nearly 20K. Excuse me. Excuse me. Please. Thank you. What did it do? Yeah, back in 2013, Bitcoin went 100x move from $12 here, right? $12 to $1,100. $1,100. Right here. There she goes, $1,100 right here. Over $1,100 move after the halving right here. End of February 2017, right? And then 2021, following the 2020 halving, which was here. If you look at our dates here in the box, Bitcoin topped out and jumped here, to about $64,000. And now since here, it's now pushed to 117.8. Well, has it gone higher? It's at 117.88. Are we in price discovery? We are officially. Oh yeah, folks, no, we're not. We're at 117.8. High is 118.856 according to Coin Market Cap. We are not in price discovery. Sorry, guys. False alarm. But XRP, what in the world are you doing right now? Up 14% on the day and 24% on the week. Holy XRP, up 276. Look at these lows. Sorry, I'm sidetracking. We're at $2.20. Let's see where we were actually with these dips. We were at $1. Yeah, we were at $1.95 or so for an XRP. Here back, mid-June. Tariff time. Tariff time was the excuse inserted, in my opinion, and I had said this many times, and people say, there's no way that anybody would do that, especially not the president. That tariff time, I will say, was the excuse time in the real world for President Trump to drop the living crap out of crypto and drop the bottom out of it. And then those who know what's going on, including yours truly, never financial advice on the channel, to buy, because they la, right here, buy. Yeah. Oh, I don't think bags weren't packed on this channel, full transparency, but some buying did happen here because we're not stupid. And some buying did happen here. You gotta buy time for yourself in this life. You don't gotta buy anything. Not you. I gotta buy what I want to buy. You hear how careful I am and how I catch myself? I will never tell you you can't buy anything because what I say. That would be silly. I gotta buy right in here. Oh yeah, a lot of buying. Oh yeah. Because you know why? Because right now we're ready to draw an ascending triangle, an ascending line here, and go well past that $3.84 mark. Here we go. We're actually ready for price discovery coming up shortly here for the old XRP, because we know on the channel here that we have an all-time high on XRP of 384, and that's where we're ready to go. 384 all-time high, according to Coin Market Cap. We're ready to blast past that. But why don't we just go ahead and get back to, we've shown enough on Bitcoin in its 4-year cycle as far as the charts go. Now, what's happening alongside that, Ethereum shot past 7K. Solana retested its 200K mark when this happened here. Meme coins like Doge and Pepe, of course, took off. And even obscure tokens started mooning again, like Pudgy Penguin, Moodang, and some of these other memes that I know you guys are all aware of. Full transparency, Shiba Inu, Dogecoin, Full transparency, why would one not diversify and have a basket of memers as well, including some memers that are not necessarily memers and have purposes in the market, like Smooth Love Potion, that is the burn token mechanism coin that has to be burned and used, which becomes more scarce. And then recreated again, of course, but still understood. And that's a is a talking point, of course, and at heart of what's happening is how they can be recreated so quickly. But Smooth Love Potion, never financial advice. The ticker is SLP, as in positivity. Smooth Love Potion, never financial advice. You can't say it and not pull it up, Frankie. You can, but you really don't want to. SLP. Smooth Love Potion. Oh, look at all the red ski, red ski, red ski, red ski. But look at this. Look at that. 33 cents. Back here, back in this. We played ball with Smooth Love Potion. She's new. We played ball. She's the burn token mechanism every time you want to create a new breed a new character in the game Axie Infinity, the popular game Axie Infinity, which you guys are all aware of. Smooth Love Potion is the burn token that is required, and it gets burned. It becomes more scarce each time a character is created, and then it can be created too so easily, and that's the issue on this puppy. But we do have an all-time high of 41 cents. Never financial advice on the channel. She's been at 0.005 for the longest time. What do you think happens if and when she can go back up to that all-time high of 40 cents? Perhaps double it, 80 cents, maybe a buck, 60 cents. Oh, I don't know. What do you think happens to the old Smooth Love Potion? When somebody's holding 500,000 shares, a million or so shares, because they're buying down here at these low prices. Never going to be financial advice on the channel now, will it? Course not. We've got to find the finder. We've got to find the calculator. We don't even have it. Yes, we do. All right, here's our calculator back up again. Let's go ahead and see what the dilly is on 0.001 cent Smooth Love Potion. Yeah, no, don't worry. Not you. I wanted to do it. I said, you know what? Let me just give her a shot. Smooth Love Potion for 10 grand at 0.001 cent, which is going to give me, if I'm not mistaken, 10 million shares of Smooth Love Potion that even going a 2x past that all-time high to, I think it was 42 cents. We'll call it the 84 cent. Now sitting with $8.4 million before taxes for putting in 10K. That could never happen, Frank. You're right. It probably could never happen. You're probably right. And Bitcoin could never go from 6 cents to 118,000. And XRP could never go from 0.005 cents back in 2014 to $3.84. 0.005 cents. 0.005 cents back in the day, because if that were the case and I did buy XRP $10,000 worth for 0.005 cents, I would have had now a whopping, it's so difficult because of the blurriness on the screen, 2 million shares of XRP times its all-time high of $3.84 would have been sitting with a whopping 7.68 mil at its all-time high of 384. Right now, it'd be sitting with less, but XRP, I think it's pretty obvious. Never financial advice on the channel. These are calculator exercises. We're not financial advisors on the channel, simply for entertainment and educational purposes only, and also some entertainment, sometimes some inspiration. And sometimes a brain freeze, which is part of the entertainment piece of the channel. Sometimes AI gets flags with something it doesn't understand real quick. It gets a brain freeze. Yeah, sometimes you feed AI ice cream, and the nerve up on the soft palate there that gets hit by the cold ice cream and then creates that brain freeze. That nerve on the soft palate that's doing that. Yeah. Get a little brain freeze. Cheers, buddy. Got cheers to the mic early in the morning. Okay, I remember what I was going to say. That was a nice distraction. Yeah, I'm looking at 7.68 mil at the all-time high, $3.84 for buying that XRP at 0.005 cents, spending 10K back in, what was it, 2014? Yeah. What in the hell's going on here, people? Are we paying attention to things? What are we paying attention to? So that later we say, now I missed that whole Bitcoin thing. What happened with that? Yeah, I can't believe I missed so much with crypto. What did I do? I said, not going to happen again. I missed Bitcoin. What a little dummy I am for missing Bitcoin and not paying attention. I missed Ethereum. I missed Solana. I had the opportunity to literally drop $1,000 into Solana when it was at that low. And literally, I think it was like 6 months later. Yeah, because it was February. And I mentioned to the wife, and it was like 6 months later, and I was out on a job, and it was summertime, and Solana ran. And I said, what would you have had, Frank, if you didn't just go yapping instead of talking, just went and got the Solana for $1,000? I would have had 3.6 mil. I did the math. And if I had put in the 5K, like I was joking with myself I was going to do, that would have turned into 12 point whatever mil. Just 5 times whatever that was. That 2.6 mil or whatever it was. Yes. The power of early and the power of woulda, shoulda, coulda. Really, literally, I saw woulda, shoulda, coulda with a move I could have made. Just a short 6 months prior made it so real for me that I had missed Bitcoin, first of all, had money into a bunch of cryptos, and still do, and said, oh my gosh, where's the next one kind of thing? And my buddy had told me too, and he's like, hey, Solana, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, just the top 3, like, come on. And if I had done it, oh boy, but I didn't, and it's okay. Still positioned nicely. We're ready for this thing to pop. It is upon us. The crypto folk are excited. Here we are, Bitcoin ready. We're saying this, guys and gals. Can we all make a prediction that does not take a crystal ball at all? To say that unless something happens between now and this weekend, we are about to see Bitcoin go to potentially $150,000. No, it can't go. Come on. It's got to retrace, and I get it. It literally went up $2,000, I think it was like 2 minutes. My wife and I were driving yesterday, and it went up $2,000 like 2 minutes on our trip. I kept pulling it up on the phone. I'm like, wait, it's up 2,000 from we were just there on the road, like back there. That was 2 minutes ago. Wacky stuff, guys. Is the tank excited? Just a little bit. We're not about emotions here on the channel. We're investors, but you can't tell me this isn't exciting, that you don't need a crystal ball to pull out to take a crystal ball to say, now, wait a minute. We're at 118. We just hit all-time high. We're going to go into price discovery. Today's Friday. We're going into the weekend with this stuff, guys. We're probably going to see I can't even call it. I don't even know what we're going to see. All right. How Bitcoin pulls. But, guys, please tap like and subscribe, and please join the channel if you like this what we're putting out here on the channel. And if you want to hear more of what we're putting out, please tap the like and subscribe. Help support us. Check the Caleb link down below. Full disclosure, we do get if you click that link. Of course we do, right? I'm not hiding that. Why would I do that? It's give and take thing. We get, washing hands, scratching backs. What am I trying to say? It's not quid pro quo. Don't get all Latin on me. Do for me, I do for you. Don't get all Latin and weird. All right, here's the deal. We're affiliate partners with Caleb and Brown. We use them ourselves. Check the link below. It's important to have a good on and off ramp for crypto so that when you want to take larger dollar amounts, you're not limited to like a $50,000 pull off per day for uphold when your stuff's up. What if you wanted to pull 300K? You can't. You could do it tomorrow, the next day, or the next day, but then your crypto's down by then, and then it ain't worth no 300K. You see the point? Might want to think about checking Caleb. I'm not trying to be funny. It's just like when the light bulb goes off, because I'm having a difficult time, quite frankly and plainly, having my friends who are into crypto see the truth of Caleb and others that I know see the truth of Caleb, and I don't quite know why. I'm trying to figure out if it's because they're out of Australia, why folks are struggling. Their legal structure is more stringent than the United States regulation-wise. And U.S. does play ball with them. Will continue to play ball with them as always. Guys, Caleb and Brown, no, not out of Australia. Because of Australia, I have had a couple of people say, but they're out of Australia. Okay. Put your big boy pants on now. This is crypto. People in crypto are messing with DeFi and so forth and playing this degen-y stuff and doing all this risky stuff and staking and boom, 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 and tying up their crypto and stuff. Yet oh no, Caleb sounds a little okay. Oh boy. I do the same kinds of things. I'll do Caleb whenever I get all signed up. And then people are like, do some staking and DeFi, Frank. And I'll go, oh, sounds a little risky. So I'm doing the same thing. It's kind of hilarious, actually. We all do the same types of things in this world, and it's kind of funny when we're honest about what we're doing with ourselves and others. It's pretty funny. It allows us to learn and spread our wings and grow and be better than we were yesterday and to learn and know more than we did yesterday, thereby enlightening ourselves, right? This is what this life is about, is it not? Ever an evolving journey, being better than we were yesterday and learning from our errors. Accountability, it's a big word for big people. All right, that's where this phrase Bitcoin rises all tides and all boats rise with Bitcoin. So we can think of it like a pyramid. No, not the one Thoth created years ago. Buildeth I the great pyramid, he said, fashioned after Earth's magic science, so that it too may last throughout the ages. Where's this guy keep coming up with this secret, like esoteric knowledge stuff? It's supposed to be a crypto channel. Think of it like a pyramid that Thoth created. Bitcoin is the base. Ethereum sits right above it. ETH, Ethereum. And then you've got your large all cap coins. You can think of it kind of like the food pyramid, right? You got your breads. Let's not get into that horse crap. Okay. The mid caps, the micro caps, and the memes at the top of this crypto pyramid. So you got Bitcoin at the base, big old daddy. That's like all the breads and the carbs, right? And then you got Ethereum up at the top. It's your proteins, things like that. And then you got your fats and your, what you're supposed to be having less of up at the very top. Your memes and things like this. But right now, your utility coins, your XLMs, your XDCs that are not realized yet, your H-bars, right. As money moves up the pyramid, it gets riskier, but the gains get better and bigger. I don't know why I'm doing that, sorry. That's how we see 10, 20, 50x gains for all you welcome in, for all you reg market folks that aren't used to this kind of volatility in crypto. And say, whoa, I'm a regular investor who's not emotional. I'm a long-term player on this. I'm not like your average, no offense, retail, kind of, I don't like lemming. That's so demeaning. And they call it they call us retail the dumb money, right? And the institutions are the smart money. That's fine. Okay. A little bit, it's a little bit demeaning, but that's okay. The psychology of the cycle. Let's get into what it is. Let's try to be smart money, by the way. As retail investors, let's try to be like institutional investors, which means put the coffee down, please. And if you can, for a period of time. I know we love that coffee, folks. But if you cannot do the coffee, and it's so hard, but if you can see that the coffee investing decisions, I'm going to venture to say this with some truth. We're a male audience here, 97%. We're of 35 years old to 65-year-olds, our audience that are into crypto and watching the tank here. I know this to be true. I already know. I know my demographics, what they are. The numbers don't lie, the analytics. Here's the deal. Hats off to us and the gals, particularly the gals who are the smaller piece, who are into this whole crypto thing. Hats off to you, especially the gals. And hats off to the guys and me, old guys who just in here like, a contractor who didn't know anything about finance 5-6 years ago. Hats off to me, right? I'll take my credit. Well deserved. It's been a hard road. It's not been easy. It's been well worth it. I'll take my credit for learning. And I'll for hours every day, hours and hours, like it was my job, and it actually became my job. I didn't know. They say prepare yourself for an opportunity. It just so happens YouTube channel opportunity came, and it's like, well, Frank, you just become this crazy master with crypto over the past 5, 6 years. Why don't you go on this channel? Wife says, and just do this thing. So I did. So I am. Here I am. I know a little bit. Come on, let's get real. There's so much to know. I know just a spattering. I know now. I am in it for the long haul. I'm going to know a lot more. But this is what we're doing is we're trying to educate ourselves. And in a short, 5, 6 years, we can come out and hopefully put the coffee down is the point and become smart money like institutional investors. Now, look, here's what I've come to and here's what I think. For the men that are in here, and I mean no offense, I think what's happened is, and it could be the small piece, the 3% of the gals that are in here as well, the ladies. Now, here's the thing. Hello to my father-in-law, I love you, who is visiting here from Palm Springs this weekend. And we were having a chat about coffee this morning. I'm going to insert this here. That doing the coffee alternative for so many years, for a few years now, the more than half of my investing journey, right? Because it's been like 5, 6 years of investing. So for more than half, no coffee alternative. Reclaiming my adrenal system, reclaiming my investing mind, taking emotion out of the equation. Being hooked on coffee is a thing. It's real. It's okay. It's okay to say the truth. Largely, I was hooked on coffee since I was 18 years old. I never stopped. I needed it to wake up in the morning. I needed it all the time. Not realizing it was sending me emotionally up and down when it came to investing too. Making me dumb money, making me make decisions like dumb money. Oh, might as well just go grab some drinks and lose my judgment, right? And go make poor investing. I'm not trying to make fun and I'm not trying to demean. I'm trying to help the investing market to see a truth that nobody wants to talk about. Stop drinking coffee if you're going to invest well. Ooh. Now, look, people don't want to hear truths. I spit the truth. I'm bringing up something that nobody wants to talk about. I told you, I'm that guy in the room that in church or whatever, people are like, who let this kid in here? You know what I mean? Wherever it was in school, I'd be like, whoa, in 5th grade, I'd be like, whoa, you try to tell me with these ropes and these pulleys, you got these tools that were made of copper? Because I got this copper thing on my wrist that my mom gave me, and I'm like engraving it with my fingernail and that so how can that etch rose granite? That is one of the hardest stones that we got going here. How can that create? And then you're telling me you can only focus so much manpower that I realized that literally in 5th grade that anybody would. Literally 5th grade. We were in 5th grade and they were sitting here and I remember watching these movie projections. Sorry to sidetrack, but I do this because my audience and you men and women who are old enough like me sat there and watched this too and thought the same things and looked at your buddies. Because I remember a couple of my buddies who were smart enough too. They're just kind of like, wait, what? That doesn't really kind of make the teacher. Do you think the teacher, the adult, believes this? The adult that's teaching us really believes this shit? Yeah, that's me. I'm that guy in the room. I'm that kid in class. They're like, who let this kid in? We're trying to push out this narrative. Who the hell let this kid in? Dude, just quiet this kid down. I'm still going. Here I am as an adult, spitting the truth. The truth is, y'all hooked on coffee and making emotional decisions with your investments. And they didn't want to make fun of my man bun. The folks who can't grow the hair. And I'm not talking about you, Doug. I love you, man. Come on, there's people in the comments that are totally cool. And I joke about the man bun. They're like, not me. I'm balding. See? Here's my photo, and I'm still awesome. Because I have a strong self-esteem, and I'm not going to make fun of your man bun, Frank, because I can't grow hair. Yeah, all the greats on this planet had long hair. Jesus, all of them. Go. Alexander the Great had short. I'm sorry, Caesar. Didn't he have short hair? Wasn't he a jerk? All the greats had the long hair, now didn't they, Samson? All right, now here's the deal, kids. Totally joking. Trying to have fun. They say never talk down to your audience if you're on YouTube. You better not do that. And don't worry, I'm not doing that. I love you guys. And I do say not to just backpedal, but hats off to the old folks who are learning crypto. All right, let's get back to the topic after Frank did his ranting, fun, raving, ranting, fun raves, which is why they call him the tank. He comes through like a bull in a china shop. Guy needs to calm down. You sure he's not drinking coffee? Kind of seems like he is. Guy seems a little emotional to me. Don't worry, I got this thing. No, we do not FOMO. We do not buy when the market is rising like it is now. We say, thank goodness we packed our bags. And when everybody else was hemming and hawing, going, see, crypto sucks. Oh, I'm sorry, we're not supposed to use that. See, crypto's garbage. See, it's way down there. See, it's in the right. I told you guys. What were we doing? Bye, 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 bye. Like crazy, because we're smart money. Never financial advice. Institutions were buying at that time. Wallet whales and wallets were going crazy during those lows, all those dippy reds in crypto. And never financial advice, but so are we on the channel. I woke up the happiest critter you ever saw. Buying. Oh boy, guys, because I put the coffee down. And it didn't give me the emotional thing of telling you guys the coffee's a big piece. Not ready and afraid to take risks with crypto and jump in. Why? Largely, I'm calling it out. Who let this guy in the room? He's telling us truth, because coffee has got y'all jumping up and down, and it's subtle. You're not realizing it because you've grown so accustomed to it. We've backed off the coffee for literally 3 weeks to a month or 2 or 3. You would see the difference in how you're acting and your decisions you're making. I'm here to help. I'm also here to piss people off. The truth will set you free, especially if it's about the way you're doing something that could be better. The truth will set you free, but first it will piss you off. And the guy giving it, the messenger, you'll hate that. You'll not like that person. That person will piss you off. Am I spitting anything that anybody doesn't know already? We've all lived long enough to see these truths. Frank likes the truth. I am the way, the truth, and the life, said somebody wise once. The psychology of the cycle is such because of this huge part of all the boats rise effect. When Bitcoin makes a new all-time high, it captures headlines like it is now, and people on the sidelines feel the fear of missing out or FOMO and take big sips of their coffee. Okay, I got my power pellet. Now, what's my decision I'm going to make because I got my mind moving again because I got my coffee fix? Just saying, I'm not going to let it go. We need to wake up on the coffee thing. All right, new investors flood in. Confidence rises. Stimulant is the coffee that, not this. This is a, by the way, Joey and Rise, RYZE. And what's the other one we use, honey? Metadate. It has cardamom in it, which is relaxing and lowers the blood pressure and heart rate, blood sugar and blood pressure. Blood sugar and blood pressure does the cardamom lower. Also, there's like 5,000 or something species of dates, 55. Somebody correct me on that. And it uses just like 2 or 3 awesome species or 5 species of the 5,000 something species of dates. DATES, dates. So it's called Metadate, and playing on the name, and it has cardamom in it. Check out cardamom. So when one puts this into the system rather than caffeine every single day and does that for a few years, see how your investing habits change, and also your work habits and relational habits, and how much of a better human being you become. And then if you're drinking, try stopping drinking and see how that changes everything that you're doing. Oh boy, accountability is a big word for big people, and once we, including me, stop drinking and doing coffee and things, the life changes. Took on the no drinking as of not too long ago. But has that changed things? Oh boy, especially when you're old like me. You get past 40 and 50. The traders say, okay, Bitcoin doubled, but Ethereum might triple. Solana might 10x. We don't know. And so the money starts to rotate. And this is what we experience all the time in crypto. Narrative drives behavior, and in crypto, that behavior amplifies price movements. Now, like nowhere else. And what happens is the crypto market starts to crank because crypto charts print based on human behavior. And to end this tale, we're almost there at the end of our talk, and we're going to end today's episode. But to end this tale, I can't not mention this, and I've done it before. And those of you, and I never see anybody do this in the crypto world, which is why I'm like, geez, I hope our channel gets out there to some people and the algorithm starts working and we get out to more than 500 people or 1,000 people. You know what I mean? I see these people getting out to 50,000 people, and it's like, if we stay consistent long enough, we're going to get our turn. But we're getting out to like 500, 1,000 people, and it's hilarious. It's like, guys, I think we're better than this. And it's not a function of that. YouTube is one of these things where you have to keep going, even though your videos are good and your information and content's palatable and people like it and want it. There has to be an audience reach that is achieved, and it takes a long time for this algorithm to find its audience consistently and have us come across the desk, right, or impression of enough viewers. So a lot of people don't know kind of like how YouTube works. That's a quick little explanation of why we only see 5 viewers in our live, and maybe, I don't know, we'll get 500, 1,000. One video we've got like 14, 15,000 views or 17,000 views, almost 18,000. Blessed be, but we're on our way to larger views. This is just what happens. Anyway, that way people can see things like the tanker is going to throw up on the board now. Ready? Here it goes. Here is what human behavior follows. It follows the golden mean, or the golden ratio, or what's called the phi ratio for all you math folks. So do you remember Leonardo da Vinci, the great master that gave us the Gray's Anatomy, the book, the medical book that everybody uses? I thought this was about finance and crypto, Tank. Don't worry, it is. Gray's Anatomy is that medical book, is all the drawings and everything, because Da Vinci would cut open dead people and figure out that, women had an umbilical cord connected to the baby. It was the first time that was ever known. That when you're moving your fingers, there are actually muscles that come way up here. They're actually doing that, but affecting this, and nobody ever knew that. Just the whole thing. Da Vinci, machine gun cannon, some bad stuff too. That he invented. Airplane, bicycle, helicopter. Sikorsky made it a reality, but it was his drawings that Sikorsky basically used. I don't know if people know this. Used his drawings basically and didn't have to tweak them really that much. Same thing with the bicycle, the airplane. Didn't need to tweak them that much. Da Vinci, one of the great geniuses that ever lived on this planet. The bellows for the fire to get Da Vinci. Everything you want to know, Da Vinci. Oh, those Italians. All right, here's the deal. Da Vinci, the Vitruvian Man. You guys know this? Yeah, you know this, right? The golden mean, the ratio, the golden mean, the phi ratio, that the conch shell and everything in nature grows on this. This is the Lord God's fingerprint in nature that we see. Everything grows on this, including your body. It's a 1.618 ratio to the next thing that comes. So 1.618 to the growth of this, to this, to this, to this. It's a 1.618 ratio. Just like, there's a better way to explain that. I'm horrible at explaining that always. But I know this will make it super clear. The golden mean, or the golden ratio, the market trades on this. This is literally the psychology. Okay. Do you think the Lord God is going to create the fingerprint that we see in nature, the way a tree grows? Green for a tree. Every next iteration of the branch grows on a 1.618 phi ratio. Every growth of anything, including a sunflower, with its little seeds, are all in this phi ratio. A conch shell. Almost, but a conch shell follows the phi ratio. The distance is 1.618. As you keep measuring and moving and measuring the distance of the spiral, it grows out in a 1.618 ratio, the phi ratio. Every single thing in nature grows on this, everything, including the way we act and behave. If you'll notice when you first meet someone, it's, hey, how you doing? Very close. Then you don't want people to think you're weird. So next time you meet, you're a little bit more backed off. You don't call each other or text each other for a day or two. You back off the wrist. Boom. But then you come back into the interplay again. It's an interplay of because you're a phi ratio and I'm a phi ratio. I thought this was about finance, Frank. I'm trying to teach you guys to help you see greater truths that they don't teach in school. I'm here to teach it to you here. Two human beings interplaying with the phi ratio because I'm built on the phi ratio, God's fingerprint, and so are you. The creator's fingerprint, whatever we want to call it, whether we believe in God or whatever. We have a look at whether we believe in a Lord God or not, we have a pattern that exists that something created. If it just created itself, okay, whatever. But just saying, we observe and we can see human being and human being, each with phi ratio interacting, and that's what we're dealing with. Okay, so we meet each other, we're close. Hey, how you doing? They don't want to think you're weird, so you separate out a little bit, just create some distance, and then we interact and we get closer. No, I didn't want you to think I didn't like you. No. Hey, how you doing? And we give a big hug. We come back in. Do you see the truth? I'm telling you. This is the human relation of the existence of life with one phi ratio pattern being operating on God's pattern or the creator's pattern or whatever we're going to call it with another. The market trades on this. It's proven fact positive. We watch the market. It trades on the phi ratio, the golden mean. We need to drive this point home, people who are creating YouTube channels and content creators, to help the people understand this. This helps to truly, for me at least, drive it home to say, that dude just connected. It's called synchronicity. He synchronistically just linked two different fields of study, or we can link all the fields of study all as one. Come on, guys. Like I'm telling you something you don't already know at your age. You know what I mean? Because we're pretty much all old in here. Older in here. Oh, it'd be nice older. Because old puts it at a point where that's it. Old and dead. You know what I mean? That's why nobody likes old. It's a point of finality. No, older. Ever a chance to just keep getting older. That means I'm not that old yet. I'm still on a young scale. See what I mean? The psychology. It's so funny. The way we do and the way we talk. Frank's crazy. Crazy like a fox. That liquidity funnels into the rest of the market like water flowing downstream, guys. Watch what happens here moving forward now. And here's what to watch. Watching the halving cycle here. Now, this next one here in 2028, and will the halving cycle lose its momentum and its dominance? They say, but this time's different, and then it never happens. But history doesn't repeat; it rhymes, and all these all these things, and people all want to repeat. We're little parroting repeaters, because then I'm part of the club. If I repeat what all these accepted people said all the time, then I'm part of the club too. So I'm a little repeater. Anyway, this. Track Bitcoin dominance. This is for entertainment purposes, hopefully as well. When Bitcoin dominance is high, when we track Bitcoin dominance, the money's consolidating, as we all know, and it starts to drop, and it's usually when the altcoin season begins, just a little short time after that. Now, it's been going consistently, historically, into Ethereum, the money, after Bitcoin takes its hike up. So let's see if this happens this time. Or if Ethereum just go up a little after money siphons out of Bitcoin, after its hike here. Let's see if it just goes into Ethereum a little bit, or a lot like it did in the past, and then into altcoins from Ethereum. Let's see if it does the old stutter step and says, Ethereum will give you a little bit of our winnings. But we want to get to the altcoins, though. Thank you. And then just start dumping the money into the altcoins. That's what we're calling here on the channel. Don't think you need a crystal ball, but I think I do need a crystal ball. And I think that's going to be fun. And I think I'm going to implement my crystal ball. Yeah. You know what they say? Hey, I don't know if you guys know this or not. Here's the deal. Frank the Tank does a lot of wacky stuff with finance, and it's like, why is he doing that? He said that's not real finance, and that's not. He's talking about the stars and astrology and stuff on the channel. Did you know that millionaire investors use advisors and charts to make their way and predict what the moves they will make in the future. Did you know that billionaires, fact positive, use astrologers to guide their way in the market? Ooh, and I don't think they want you knowing that. I hope I don't get flagged for that. Those who own the algorithm. Yeah, that's a truth that I don't think they want you knowing. So how wacky is Frankie now that the largest players on the planet believe and know more than believe, because believe is to believe and to not truly know with eyes that can observe and see patterns and prove through science and repeating patterns over and over again. This stuff does do that actually. And, I don't think they want you to know that. Watch capital flows. Look at which assets institutions are talking about and what retail is buzzing over and where the liquidity is moving. That's all we have to really do. Because remember, when the tide's rising, it is easier for all these other boats to float. Okay. And we would like to float your boat in this way. That sounded really weird. Okay. I didn't mean that to come out like that. We want to float your boat, meaning that we want you to be pleased with our channel, okay? All right, you just need to position your boat correctly. Oh, this is getting really weird. All right, let's get off the boat analogy and let's wrap this thing up today before we get ourselves in trouble because we're live. And my Lukey, my Jamie, my production guy Luke is going to beat the living crap out of me. I love that we have 5 viewers on our live stream. And you guys, if you're on the channel, don't be a weird creeper and not subscribe and watch and then hide in the shadows and stuff. And just like, no. Subscribe to the channel. We need all the help we can get. For Christmas sakes, we got frickin' 5 viewers on here. Didn't swear. We've got 5 viewers on here, you guys. Oh boy, I feel one day we'll have 5,000 on this channel. I'm not saying that like we have to be this, for ego's sake or anything. I feel our reach will be realized, and I feel the potency will increase in this channel, and we'll be able to help and hit more people. That's the point. We're trying to help. Yeah, we want to make some money from YouTube. Are we full of it? No, we're not. We're honest people. We have a bifold, or at least a bifold, probably a trifold agenda here. We're trying to educate. We're trying to help. Oh yeah, the other part is we're trying to inspire ourselves and keep ourselves going in our lives with passion in something we love doing. That's the trifold. That's the trifecta. Okay, for all the wise folk, I love you, and I think we spread maybe a little too much wisdom on today's episode. And next time, maybe we should stick a little tighter to the finance, huh, Frankie? No, we did stick to the finance because that's what this whole thing's about, and we're going to close the episode with this. Happy birthday to my beautiful wife. I love you. All right, here's the deal. Running through it quick because it really matters, because it's going to help you guys make better decisions. In my opinion, I don't know. I can't be responsible for your decisions, but I feel like it'll educate you. Now, this has helped me to investigate. Investigate is very true. Nice Freudian slip. Investing is all about investigating and researching. Research is to search again, right? Search. Ooh, what's that over there? Holy crud, it's crypto. Interesting. Okay, I saw it. I'm good. I'll look that way. Yeah, but crypto, you kind of looked at it. You didn't put any, you didn't put any really, you're not looking at it. You're not going to, nah, I'm good. All right, I'll look at it again. Research. Search again. Means to do again. I'm not trying to be funny, but I am trying to be funny. Really, I'm trying to help you to see the obviousness that's been flying right past all of us. Get off the coffee, first of all. Get off the coffee. You can do it. We invest better. Why would we not want to be off the coffee? being tricked into thinking that it's accelerated, it's zipping up the synapse firings, and acting like a Ritalin or an Adderall, a stimulant, and firing up a little synapses you have for that period of time, making you think you're a super genius and an Einstein for that period. I'm so smart, I can keep up with this smart person and conversation and things. And I'm so smart. And then you get the crash, synapses stop firing. Now emotion sets in, boom. But guys, get off the coffee. Do yourself a favor. Oh, it's tough. Oh, it's tough. It takes willpower. It's tough. All right, research. I looked at it again. I searched, I looked at it, and I did it again. And then I did it again and again and again and again. That's what research means. It's to do it's to redo it a million freaking times. So you are so freaking sick in the face and so bored that you are like, I can't believe it. I literally now have done it. I have ripped this topic apart so that literally I can walk into, let's say it's Tesla. I walk into Tesla's factory and they're giving the tour and Musk is up there. I got this special golden ticket and they're giving the tour and then does anybody have any questions? And I raise my hand and I'm like, all right, yeah, Elon, did you think about blah, blah, blah? And what are you doing about the cooling of the batteries? And I see that you're using these batteries, and I know you're using the nickel whatever. I'm trying to sound smart, but whatever that latest patent he just got for the Ni4, that great nickel that he's using, and now it's not using so much of the cobalt that's radioactive and harmful, and boom, and it's not as, excuse me, as flammable and stuff. And it's this whole thing. And he's like, and I'm like, have you ever thought about that though? Why don't you just do that? And Elon goes, who is that little shit? We're not supposed to swear. Who's that little dude back there? Tell him to get up here. How did you know about that? Yeah, no. I've been working out there for a while. I didn't figure that out. How the heck did you figure that out? And here you go. And now I'm going to show you. Here's why. Here's how come that can happen. And it happens every day. The best guitarists on the planet, for instance, are never even seen or heard of. They're hiding somewhere on the planet, like Johnny B. Good hiding in the country somewhere. All right. Right? And thereby, Johnny B. Good could play the guitar just like he's ringing a bell, but nobody even knows who he is. Enter the allegory of the ship. And here's where I'm going to help you guys to wake up. And this has to do with finance, because if one can capture this, one can do so many things well, including invest better. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that. Look at this. That's the ocean. This is a ship. That's the steering wheel. Here's the captain. Yeah, got his little captain hat on. Now, here are all the politicians of the world. Here are all the workers of the company who want to kiss the bosses, you know what, and don't spend a lot of effort to really do the improve and say, hey, I know I'm at this mid-level position, but now I'm taking on these tasks of the senior position, and this is what I do, and I'm not bragging about it. I just do it. I've never been asked to do it. I just learned everything I need to do to perform and act like this higher position, and all of a sudden the boss is like, you know what? You're already doing the job of the higher position. Oh, we're going to give you a raise, and no, go ahead and take that higher position. Guys, right? Now, here's what largely the world does. They do the politician thing. There's some politicians who are fantastic, by the way, and I don't want to, right? Come on. What we typically think of as a politician mentality. We all know what I'm talking about. It's the kiss, the you-know-what of the person in charge, the captain. Oh yeah, you're so good looking. All the ladies love you, Cap. You're the best, Cap. The ladies love you. You're attractive. How did you get that gift I left on your desk? I left you an apple on the desk, Teach. That whole thing. And it's like, oh, interesting. Trying to be the teacher's pet. Spending all the time being the teacher's pet. This is called the allegory of the ship. This is Greek philosophy. This is called the allegory of the ship. Allegory of 1L? Not sure. This is ancient Greek philosophy. This is called the allegory of the ship. All the people, all the investors, all the people, not all, but a lot of these folk kiss the you-know-what of the captain. Oh, you look great. Oh, did you get my gifts and things? Oh, yeah. Can I have my chance to steer the ship now? All wanting their chance to steer the ship. Spending their time, and that's how they get their chance to steer the ship, because then the captain of power, you know what? You've paid enough homage to me. Your honor. You're the honorable now. Now you're honorable. Because you paid your homage and honor to me. And now all those others can pay their homage and honors to you. Pass the torch. See, it's a passing of the torch thing that is based on something that largely is not qualified ascension to the steering of the ship by these little lemmings here. Okay, now here's the deal. You got this guy. Here's the irony of this. Now he's using something called the careful now, the sextant. You know, it looks like the Freemasons, kind of like this measuring thing, like an A with this whole thing and the thing, and it like has a dial that shows you like the 360 horizon, and you map the stars, and they use this thing of most of you know called the sextant to actually steer these ships back in the day. This is what it was. How well can you navigate the oceans? Now, this guy spent all his time, instead of kissing the you-know-what of the captain, searching again, till he was mad. It's all he ever did. He just kept researching the stars and the mapping it and using the sextant, and spent all his time doing that. Utter ridiculous, master of masters, the most qualified, hands down, to steer the ship, the best ever, way better than the captain, because the captain's having to rely on old skills that he had and prove that he's still doing it well, and these guys are spending all the time dealing with the lemmings constantly. But he's not doing his more advanced learning and continuing to learn more and more and more about the stars and steering and becoming the master that this guy is. He's more qualified than the captain to steer the ship, but he never gets his chance to steer the ship. Such is life. Anyway, you can be this guy. And I bet a lot of you are. I know I am. I love being this guy. I'm that guy. I never want to be that guy. Horrible position. After a life is lived, one starts to see, I'm getting there. I'm almost done. Yeah, never want to be that guy. You want to be this guy. You want to constantly read. You want to constantly educate. You want to constantly know. You don't need to get up on. I guess what am I starting to be this guy with this YouTube channel? I certainly freaking hope not, because my buddy asks me, and he's like, "Well, when you start blowing up on YouTube, and you start becoming known." I'm like, that's just about the time I'll be ending YouTube if I start becoming popular and if I start becoming famous. No, how stupid to me. Worst thing in the world a human could do. Talk to all the famous people; they'll tell you, "My Lord, what have I done?" Careful what you wish for, right? Talk to me, Brad. Talk to me, dude. Yeah, we want the money and the comfort, yes, and be able to help people and have resources in life. But this fame thing and everybody knowing who you are, oh, you could take that and shove it right up the old, you can have that. All good with that. That's ego stuff. You can have that. How stupid. Yeah, my buddy asked me, he's like, what's going to happen? You are starting to get known. People are starting to what? I'm like, getting ready about time to quit the channel then. I'll always be that guy. I'm not going to be that guy. I don't want to be that guy. That's foolish ego guy. Don't want to be that guy. Can this guy be awesome? Sometimes in life, sometimes we see a Brad Garlinghouse or somebody, You're just saying that because you're biased with, you're biased for Ripple and XRP. You damn right I am. Why wouldn't I be? Have you seen what they're doing and who's running operations and things? Oh, gracious Lord. People. All right, look at, here's the deal. Remember, you don't talk down to your audience, and that wasn't talking down. I would love, though, for everybody, please, to wake the hell up to certain truths. Place. Put down the coffee, see if you can do it. You'll be a little pain in the tuchus for about 3 to 4 weeks. It's very difficult. It's very nerve-wracking, and you probably won't do it. And I'm not trying to be negative. Yeah. Almost nobody can get off of coffee. Woohoo! It's very, very difficult. Try to do it, bet you can't do it. Bet you can't stop coffee. See, I did cigarettes years ago, and I stopped cigarettes, and I was like, I could do this thing, and I did it, right? The drinking of the alcohol, it depends on who somebody is. Some people are physiologically wired differently, but I cannot do the alcohol. No problem. Coffee? I dare you. I double dog dare you to try to stop coffee. You won't do it because you love it so much, and you will make every excuse in the book and say, this guy's crazy. Coffee's not affecting me that much. It doesn't do that. It doesn't affects my investing in the poor. What? Come on. Oh, really? Yeah, nobody gonna like the tanker. People don't like Tank. People don't like this guy. It's a life of people really not liking you very much. You got to really get used to it as me and people who are like me. The David Ikes of the world, the truth tellers and truth seekers of the world will agree. Oh, you with that guy, please, the lizard people thing. For all the people with eyes closed who don't want to see all the lizard folks in all of the carvings across the entire planet of people who are lizard people. Okay, he's doing the lizard people. Okay, but anyway, for all the weirdos like the David Ikes out there and all the truth seekers and all the folks who see through the matrix and put obvious pieces of puzzles together and don't let dogmatic preaching parrots who, just because they're up there in positions of power in academia, for instance, that they know better than us and are going to tell us that the pyramids were built by ancient people banding together to move a huge block, 2.3 million of them, all created differently with a different shape and put into place perfectly in its spot, holding through earthquakes and all these thousands and thousands of years, is literally a stone computer is the Great Pyramid. That literally is 666 acres square at its base, the same as the Pyramid of the Sun. Isn't that an interesting coincidence? Teotihuacan, the Pyramid of the Sun. This guy's talking about crypto, I thought. No. I'm going to tell you about the truths of what is going on and what is being kept hidden right under your eyes. Just like charts and just like coffee drinking. Anyway, that we're going to be told in school and that we're going to believe things like that. These ancient people built these things with copper tools, and you couldn't even bear 1,000 people down on one block to get it to. You couldn't bear distance-wise. You couldn't bear down on a block with enough people with ropes to actually pull that kind of tonnage up, especially with the sand. We can't do it with today's modern cranes in the sand. We can't build these things. We're kidding ourselves. We did not build these pyramids. All right. So anyway, what are you trying to say, Frank? I hope you guys have a great day. We're going to end the stream. We've done enough of connecting the real world to crypto, which was what we love to do in financial markets, seeing the truth of things. If you don't like it, then get off the channel and have a nice day, and that's okay. Find something different. If you like it, don't be a creeper. Tap that like and subscribe, and please go ahead and tap our Caleb link down below. We hope you guys understand the point, the fact that all boats rise, including perhaps a boat that has a bunch of little sniveling knuckleheads on it that want to kiss you-know-what instead of gaining real knowledge in the world quietly without the ego and ever enlightening oneself. Ever moving closer to the light of a knowledge of enlightenment and knowledge. Yes. All right, guys, enough. Hey, Tank, enough of your non-financial talk. Have a great day today. And by the way, happy birthday to the wife. I love you so much. Guys, hope you enjoyed today's ranting stream. I hope it was entertaining enough for you and educational enough. See us next time, which is tomorrow morning on Crypto Info Blockchain Made Easy with the Tekka. See you guys. Have a good one. We love you.